Keshav, since you were not present in the last class, Keshav, are you there? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, since you were not present in the last class, uh, would you like to solve the second lesson? Can
Okay,
you
ma'am.
start solving the second lesson? Okay. Now, the second one is all about the, there are two nouns. I'll just quickly brief you since the
Ma'am,
other children have come. Yes.
ma'am, I just want to know, the SAT papers used to have so many questions in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like because I was having a headache doing it.
No. The more you practice, you will automatically, you need to have good reading, quick reading. Then you will be able to solve it. Okay. And it is not that you have to, you know, be correct on all the questions, but whatever you attempt, if you attempt it right, it is not a problem. You will go get through that. It's not difficult. Now see here.
Just
See,
a moment, ma'am.
yeah. See the second lesson. Okay, since the other children are absent today, have not come. Therefore, I'll quickly brief you about the second one, and then I'll move on to the third one. Okay. Now, not sorry, you were not present in the last two classes, right, Keshav?
In the last class, I was not present.
Only last class you were absent.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you present in the antecedent one?
Maths class?
No, I'm talking about the English class.
Only, ma'am, you have done with me the subject word agreement.
So you were not present in the last two classes because we have finished section 2 and section 3 also.
Oh.
Okay.
Because,
Now,
ma'am, this time right now is clashing with my Ellen course.
Acha. Okay,
Yes.
no problem. See, since the other children have not joined today, so let us quickly revise session 2 and 3 with you. Then I will start with session 4, which is supposed to be today. Okay,
Okay.
fine. Okay. Now come to session 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, the topic is pronoun antecedent agreement. We have done subject verb agreement. This is also almost the same thing. The only thing is there it was subject with the verb should agree, and over here the two noun or pronoun should agree. Now, I'll give you one sentence. Um, Coaching can be difficult for people that have a hard time planning strategy on the field. Okay. Now over here you see coaching can be difficult for people. Okay. Now coaching is the noun over here. It is actually a verb which is acting like a noun. Okay.
Hmm.
So it is over here a gerund. So this we are considering it as noun. Now this and this. Now this is the pronoun. That is the pronoun over here. Okay, this is called as relative pronoun. Now that is a relative pronoun. Now this should agree with the noun which is preceding it. Antecedent means the one that is preceding. Okay, the noun or subject. You can also call it a subject. The noun or the subject or any other pronoun which is preceding it, before it. Okay, so that is known as antecedent. These two should agree. Okay. sorry, just 1 minute. Now, coaching over here is not the noun. Sorry, precedent is over here the people, right? So over here, preceding noun or the noun or the subject preceding it, it should agree with the noun or the subject which is preceding it. Over here, it is people,
Hmm.
right? I just saw this. The sentence ends over here. So coaching can be difficult for people that have a hard time carrying strategy on the field. So these two should agree with each other. So the word people and the pronoun which follows it. Or rather, we can take it in this way, the pronoun and the noun which precedes it. The precedes it is known as antecedent. Now tell me, are these two actually matching with each other? People and that. Do we refer people as that?
No, ma'am.
No. So this is wrong. What can we write over here?
Coaching can be difficult for the people who.
Yes. So who is the correct answer? So this type of questions come. It's very easy. It is one of the easiest lessons. Okay. I'll give you another sentence.
Ma'am, your camera is no like swinging, little bit swinging.
Because of the AC,
Or the fan.
yeah, the AC fan actually. Like this, it not helping. Okay. Now let us come to, so this and this should agree with each other in terms of number, right? In
Yes,
terms
ma'am.
of gender, right? It should also match according to the gender, correct? I'll
Hmm.
give one sentence, another sentence. Uh, yeah. See, cranberries are both sour and bitter. So people rarely eat dash unsweetened. Over here, what am I supposed to use? What pronoun am I supposed to use here? It is basically pronoun. So what pronoun can I use here? Cranberries,
Can
right?
be. Hanji, hanji.
Cranberries, it's referring to this. This is the antecedent. This is the, it is referring to this, right? So people rarely eat what?
Those,
Cranberries, right? Yeah. So eat what? The cranberries. Now what pronoun can I use replacing cranberries here?
those,
Okay. Other than those, anything else?
those are,
Them, can I use
those are,
them?
those are.
Can I use them? Can I use them? THEM,
Yes, ma'am.
right? If I use it, if I use it, is it correct? Will it be correct?
No, ma'am.
No, right? Because it is not matching to the number, right? So it has to match the number as well as the gender. So this is all you have to check. Okay. Now you do one thing quickly. I'll give you 10 minutes. Quickly do this exercise.
Ma'am,
Uh,
wait just a minute. Somebody is at the door. At my door.
at your place. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, now Vatsal has joined.
Sorry,
Okay.
ma'am, actually my class was this.
Sorry.
Actually, my class was prior.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Can you both switch on the cameras?
No.
This was
Okay. Now, since Vatsal was present in both the classes, yeah, Vatsal and Tahir, they were present in both the classes. Keshav, so I was giving him, I was asking him to do the exercise of the previous lesson. So what we will, I'll give you, you remember the second lesson I had given you, I told you that every day I'll be giving you some exercise from my collection. So I'll give you some of those. You will write them down. Okay. Now let us solve that first. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. Now write down these two sentences. In perspective, don't do it. Okay. Or second and third. Okay. Now I'm giving you two questions. Okay. First, let us revise the second lesson. Then we will move on to the fourth one. Okay. Second and also third. We will revise it a little and then we will move on to the next one. Okay. Write down each. Did we do this, Vatsal? Each of the scientists presented their findings at the conference. Did we do it?
once.
Check.
Yes.
We have done this?
Yes.
Acha, then we will take up this one. This we have not done it. The orchestra is known for their exceptional performances. Huh?
Just checking. Oh, this.
We have not done
Uh-huh.
that.
No.
Yes. Write this down. The musician is known for their exceptional performance but its music, sorry, I wrote something wrong, but its composer insists that the credit belongs to the composition. Okay. Now tell me, what is the error over here? Right? Keshav, are you writing this? Can you please switch on your camera so that I can see you?
Ma'am, I'm writing, but I don't want today to open the camera.
Acha, okay, no problem. So the musician is known for their exceptional performances, but its composer insists that the credit belongs to the composition. To its composition. Now tell me, what are the errors over here? Is there any error over here? If there is an error, what is that error? And there may be multiple errors. Okay, you find out those errors. As I told you, it is based on the pronoun and its antecedent. Okay, the pronoun in its antecedent means the pronoun and what that pronoun is referring to, the noun which is it's replacing. A pronoun means it replaces a noun, correct? So the pronoun and the noun which the noun that it is replacing, is it coordinating with that noun in terms of gender, number, and all that? Okay, so you need to check that and let me know if this sentence is correct. This is not a correct sentence. There are some errors over here. There may be more than one error. So what are those errors? And you tell me. You tell me. Try to find that out. Till then, I'll give you the next one. Many students believe that if a person studies diligently, they will always succeed. However, success often depends on factors outside and individuals' control. Here also you need to find out if there is any error. What is that error? If you think there are no errors, you tell me no error. So solve these two sentences. Write down these two sentences and solve them. These two are based on the second lesson. Then I'll give you some questions from the third lesson. Done? Keshav, done?
No, ma'am. Ma'am, in the second, I think so, it is an incorrect sentence.
Tell me why.
Ma'am, because it is saying that the many student believes that if a person studies diligently, He will always succeed. They are talking about a person. It will be replaced by he, not they.
You are right, partly right, because over here we have all begun with students. Many students believe that if a person studies diligently, correct? Yes, yes, you are right. So if a person studies diligently, then what do I write instead of they?
He or
Uh,
she.
He or
He or
she.
she.
He or she. Correct. Good. Both of you. So he or she will always succeed. However, success often depends on factors outside an individual's control. So over here, since it is a person, therefore it has to be also, it also has to tally or agree according to number as well as gender. So here it is number. Since they is gender neutral, therefore we can write he or she. Uttar correct.
For the first one also is incorrect.
Yes. The musician is known for,
Their exceptional performance.
so what will happen here?
It's
No, musician,
is known for the accept.
Their.
a musician. I didn't say musicians. Singular number. So again, his or her, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the musician is known for his or her exceptional performances. Performances, there can be many performances, right? So here we can ignore this, but here his or her exceptional performances. But it can be replaced again by his or her. But his
Yes.
or her composer insists that the credit belongs to
His or
his
her,
or
or
her
her.
composition. Right? It is only his or her replacing. Okay, done. Now let us move on to the next one. So this is what is antecedent, pronoun antecedent agreement. So the pronoun has to agree with the noun with what it is replacing in terms of number and gender. Okay, clear, Keshav?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what you will do is at home, you have the volume with you, you solve the questions and the answers are all written at the back. First, you solve the questions, then you see the explanation is also given at the back. So you solve it and check it. If you have any difficulty in understanding, we will discuss it in the next class. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
In with the third lesson. Okay? Now we have to begin with the fourth lesson, but before that, I'll give you some questions from the third lesson also. Okay. Right. So the third lesson, so every day we will try to, you know, revise a little of the previous lesson, whatever we can, at least 15-20 minutes, we can revise that. Okay. So from lesson 2, right, the verb forms. Okay. So from here, we will revise. Now write down sentence number 1. You will tell me the error. Okay.
Ma'am, the horse and the carriage has brought the scientist.
Wait, let me finish.
Ma'am, what you have written? Spoken well.
Adhering, adhering. Do it. Adhering to the cause of the event.
Ma'am, the horse and the carriage has brought the scientist and the orator to the conference. As they have spoken well,
Write down first picture, then you solve it. But sir, help. Next sentence. Error free, no errors.
they had spoken well. Ma'am,
What are you saying? They,
Had,
had,
had.
had.
this
They
one,
had spoken well, adhering to the had. Ma'am, have की जगह had आ जाएगा.
okay. Any other change? Why had?
Because the
They
event
have.
past.
No, why? Because over this is in present tense. So you need to look around. Verb forms, the third lesson, you need to look around. So usually whatever we begin with, the tense we begin with, we need to continue with the same tense.
Miss,
Usually,
can it?
not always, usual.
But ma'am, the sentence is over. Or
The sentence is
over. See, ma'am, the horse and the carriage has brought the scientist and orator to the conference.
to the conference. They have spoken well, adhering to the cause of the event.
Miss, can it be like they are speaking well, adhering to the cause of the event?
This part is based on the first lesson.
Subject or agreement.
Tell me.
The conference to the conference. Yeah.
Consultant. First lesson, subject
Ma'am,
of,
have will come, dash will come. Nothing will come. You have to cut have.
sorry, repeat.
Ma'am, have will be cut. I think so.
So I have to strike out have. So they spoken well. This is what you, is this your
No, no,
telling?
no, 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 no. Something should come.
Something, something should not, I mean, something should be replaced actually. Think, subject verb agreement, first lesson. That is why I am giving you, every day I'll give you 1, 2, 3, 4,
They have.
like practice so that you practice whatever we have already done. Otherwise, you will forget everything. Think and tell me. What are the rules that we had done in subject verb agreement? This is the first lesson, the most important lesson. Quick. Think. Tell me, see, the horse and carriage has brought is correct. The scientist and orator, think about this part. To the conference. They have spoken well.
The scientist as well as orienter.
No, why? And is also fine. Tell me, the scientist and orator, is it referring to one person or two
Yes, ma'am.
different?
One person.
Two.
Over here, the scientist. Over here, only orator. If I write the orator, then it refers to two different people.
Yeah.
But if the second one does not have any,
He has spoken well.
yes. So then he or she has spoken well. Got it? Understood? You have to be
Yes,
really
ma'am.
okay. Now, this type of sentences come very often. These rules you should be, these are actually the twist to the different rules. These are the difficult ones to identify. Therefore, questions come from here, this type of sentences. Okay, especially these rules. Okay, fine. So every day, one from each lesson, we will try to practice whatever we can. Okay, in case it's not possible from every lesson, but we will try to take up. Okay, now let us move on to the new lesson, that is the fourth lesson. Okay. So today we will take up lesson number 4. That is subject modifier placement. Subject modifier placement. Now, as the name suggests, the subject and the phrase that is modifying it. The phrase, different types of phrases. It can be a prepositional phrase, it can be an adverbial phrase, whatever phrase it is. So the modifier, it can be only just in the form of an adverb, or it can be just an adjective. So whatever modifies the subject. So what is the meaning of modifying the subject? The part which gives you more information about the subject. Okay, so the subject and the modifier placement. The placement of the modifier in such a way that so that we understand that which subject this is referring to. At times we make errors in placing the modifier correctly. Okay, so this is what we are going to solve today. Okay, now I'll give you some sentences. The boy riding up and down is tired. Right? Now, which is the subject over here? The boy. Right? The boy is the subject. Riding up and down is actually the boy riding up and down is the whole thing is the subject. But here the noun part is the boy here. Right? Instead of subject, it's better to write the noun part is the boy. Right? Now, which is the phrase part over here? This is the phrase part. The noun phrase part, right? It is also a part of the subject. It is only from here we have the predicate part, right? From the verb is tired. Now this is the subject part. Inside the subject part, riding up and down is the phrase. Okay, it is beginning with the gerund. Over here this is known as the gerund. Okay, so those verbs which act like a noun are gerund. So the boy riding up and down is tired. So riding up and down is the phrase part. The modifier phrase part, the modifier part. It's better to say the modifier part. Okay. Now the boy, why is it known as the modifier? The boy who is riding up and down. I can also write it as who is riding up and down. Now, if I write is riding up and down,
And the answer can be the boy is tired by riding up and down.
yes, that also we can write. Now, let us see if we can do that. Now, the boy who is riding up and down. Now, if I write who, then this is a clause. Okay. This is also another type of modifier. This is clause modifier. This is phrase modifier. Okay, so there are different types of modifier. Basically, modifier means something which is giving us more information about the noun. Okay, noun or the pronoun, the subject. Okay, so that part of the sentence which is giving us more information about the subject. Am I clear? That is known as a modifier. And the modifier should come in such a way that it should follow the noun, the subject which is it referring to. Okay. Now, at times, as Indians, we do make errors in the placement. We write in such a way, at times, not always, at times we confuse the placement. And because of that, there are some errors that we make. Okay, so that is why the placement has to be correct. So this particular chapter is only on the placement of that phrase, of that modifier part. Okay, so here you see this part is modifying the boy. So this part is being used exactly after the boy. Okay, so the boy riding up and down is tired. Now I'll give you more sentences. Okay. Now there are some prepositional phrases also like which starts with the prepositions. Okay. Now see this sentence. Try to solve it. There is an error in the sentence. Now you will have to identify the error in the placement and correct it. Okay. Write this down in your notebook. After being beaten and deflated, the baker shaped and seasoned dough. After being beaten and deflated, the baker shaped the seasoned dough. Now you tell me which is the phrase part here.
After being
Yes, this is the phrase part after being beaten and deflated. Now, what is it modifying? Can you tell me what is being beaten and deflated?
the dough.
The dough, right? This is supposed to modify the dough. But over here, you see the placement is such that it is actually modifying the baker. Correct? So the placement has to be such that it should modify the dough. Now you tell me, how can I place this sentence? How can I restructure the sentence so that it modifies the dough, not the baker?
The baker, after being beaten and deflated, shaped the seasoned dough.
No. The baker, if I put in the beginning, again, this is, the baker after being beaten, then the baker is beaten and deflated, it seems. So it relates to the baker then. Here also it is the baker. There also, if I put the baker instead of the second in the first, there also it is referring to the baker. These two should not, baker and after being beaten and deflated should not sit together. And how can I reframe it so that the dough comes near this? How can I reframe the sentence structure?
The dough,
baker.
the dough after
Suppose I keep this after being beaten and deflated. Now you tell me. The baker will not come. How do I reframe the structure?
the dough was
The dough, correct? The dough was
shaped and seasoned.
shaped and
Seasoned
seasoned
by the baker.
by the baker. Please write this down. Have you understood? So what is being beaten and deflated? It is the dough that is being seasoned and deflated. So the dough has to come after the phrase, which is it is modifying. I mean, which is a modifier, right? So the phrase which is modifying the dough, these should come together, right? One after the other. Here we see the baker is following the modifier, which means the baker, we are modifying the baker. So that is a confusion created because the baker is not modified by this phrase. It is this phrase is actually modifying the dough. Therefore, we have to reframe it, restructure it in such a way that the dough comes after the modifier so that we understand that it is the dough which is being modified. Am I clear? This is what is known as the modifier placement, subject modifier placement. The modifier which is modifying the subject, the placement of that modifier which is modifying the subject. Clear? Okay. Now let us do more of such sentences. Have you all written this, both of you? Now let us write the next one. We will identify the error. Error identification done. Okay. Now let us take up the next one. See. Long and tangled it was difficult to comb the child's hair. This is number one. Number two, exhausted and weak.
Miss,
Yes,
Miss, I have one doubt.
yes. Tell me.
Miss, like, in a sentence, could we add words like because, however, moreover? Could we add those words in the sentences?
Yes, we can add.
Okay.
Exhausted and weak. The soldiers' uniforms were covered in frost. Okay. F-R-O-S-T. See, moreover and all, it's better to avoid those. Try to reframe it using passive voice. Okay. Restructure it using passive voices instead of adding something, restructure it. Okay. Restructure in the form of voice change or in the form of simple to complex sentences or complex to compound sentences, like that. Okay. Okay.
So,
Now,
like, so can we add because?
huh? Better,
So,
I want you to write these two down and then solve it. I
Ma'am,
will
the
give oral answers only after you
answer
write
would
it.
be long and tangled. The child's hair was
The
difficult.
first you tell me, yeah, you are right. But first you tell me that long and tangled. Long and tangled is a modifier over here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the modifier over here. The modifier can be adjective. It can be, adverb. It can be the prepositional phrase. It can be any other phrase. It can be a clause, right? So here, long and tangled, it is an adjective phrase basically. So long and tangled. What is long and tangled? Can you tell me what is it modifying? What is long and tangled?
The the child's hair.
The child's hair is long and untangled. So how do I reframe it so that the modifier and the subject which is modifying can come together? How can I do that?
The long
Yes,
and
yes. So it was difficult to comb with the child's long and tangled hair.
Yes, that is correct, right? So it was difficult to comb the child's long and tangled hair. Correct? That is correct. Or any other way to do it? Yes, Keshav?
the long and tangled. The child
Okay,
the
long
child
and tangled. The child's hair was difficult to comb.
comb.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. Right? Got it? Okay, please write down the answers. Then do the next one. The second one is interesting actually. Be careful. Now, this is another rule actually. Be careful with the possessive nouns. They can be often confusing. This is the most confusing part, possessive nouns. Over here you see S apostrophe or apostrophe S. These parts are most confusing parts. So you need to be very careful. Whenever you see the possessive cases, you need to be more careful there. There may be a possibility that you need to drop one word. Okay? So that becomes, these type of sentences are the most confusing sentences from this lesson. Okay? Tell me. First you write down this and then tell me the answer.
Yes. The soldiers' uniform were covered in the frost as they were exhausted and weak.
No, don't make so many changes. As they were exhausted and weak. Who were exhausted and weak?
Soldiers.
The soldiers are exhausted and weak, right? The
Okay.
soldiers are exhausted and weak. Now tell me, if I keep exhausted and weak, then what do I write? Do you think the soldiers' uniforms were covered in frost or the soldiers were covered in frost?
Soldiers.
Soldiers.
The soldiers were actually covered in frost. So exhausted and weak, it is referring to the soldiers. So exhausted and weak, the soldiers were covered in frost. This is not required. Okay, so these type of sentences are the most confusing ones, the possessive cases. So you need to be very careful with the possessive cases. Okay, we will take up more examples of possessive case. Okay, let us write down another one. Sentence number 3. Sentence number 3. Exhausted from running home from exhausted from running home in the rain Erin's jacket was soaking wet. From home, Eric's jacket was you make it like this. Eric's jacket was pulled off. Eric's jacket was pulled off as it was soaking wet. Make the sentence like this. Now you tell me the error over here. Exhausted from running home in the rain, Erin's jacket was pulled off as it was soaking wet. Now you tell me the modifier part, identify the modifier part, and then tell me what is it modifier.
From running.
We have to put that part after the modifier. Yes. Who was exhausted from running home in the rain?
Erin.
Erin.
Erin. Is it Erin or Erin's jacket that will come after the comma?
Erin.
Erin.
Only Erin will come over here, right? So I'll remove Erin's jacket. So apostrophe S, I am removing it. Now you tell me how can you reframe it? So exhausted from running home in the rain, comma, Erin.
Was.
Then Erin.
Had pulled.
See that this part remains the same. Exhausted from running home in the rain, right? Then Erin comes here. So I'm continuing from Erin. Erin, then how do I do? Erin's jacket is wrong because this is not modifying Erin's jacket, but it is modifying Erin himself. Therefore, after the comma, Erin will come, not his jacket. So I'll remove the jacket from there. But now, Erin's from there. So obviously, then I have to remove the jacket also. Then Erin, then what do I write? Which can fit in jacket also. I have removed the apostrophe S. Now what do I do? Only Erin I have written. So exhausted from running home in the rain, comma, Erin.
Had.
From here, can I take the sentence?
Erin pulled
Off.
as it was soaking wet.
Pulled off what?
Jacket.
Jacket.
So jacket I can write here. Pulled off his jacket as it was
soaking wet.
soaking wet. Understood? Okay, so you need to check the modifier. What is it modifying or whom is it modifying? That will come immediately after that and then reframe the sentence. Clear? Is it clear? Yes or no? Okay. Have you written this?
Yes, ma'am.
No.
What's a writer? Now let us see next type of sentences. Okay. Now next type of sentence is, you see, the jacket was too small on the sale rack. Now, first you tell me what is the modifier over here. I told you the modifier can begin with a preposition as prepositional phrase also, right? Now tell me which part is the modifier here. Tell me which part is the modifier here. I told you that a modifier can also be a prepositional phrase. It starts with a preposition. Now
Means
you
the
tell me
last two words.
on the sale rack. You know, on the
Yes.
rack in the we have seen in the shopping malls, they are kept on the racks. So on the sale rack. Okay, but this is a modifier. Now you tell me what is it referring to? What is on the sale rack? What is it modifying?
Jacket.
Jacket. Right? So the jacket and on the sale rack should come together. Right?
Yes.
Over here, this was too small, came in between. So we need to restructure in such a way that the jacket and on the sale rack should come together. And this will be somewhere else. This middle part
The
should not.
jacket.
So how do I
The
do it?
jacket on the sale rack was too small.
Yes, the jacket on the sale rack was too small. Okay, clear? Let us look at the next one. Now see, these sort of errors we make in writing. The next sentence. Let us take up the next sentence. Ray wore his one collared shirt which was stained with mustard. Sorry. It was one collared shirt. Sorry. One collared shirt to the job interview which was stained with mustard. Now you tell me which is the modifier part over here that you need to identify first. Which is the modifier part? I told you the modifier can be a clause also, right? So now you tell me which is the clause modifier over here.
Modify is the Ray word.
Hmm.
Ray word.
Which is the modifier part over here? Please
Shirt.
repeat.
Shirt.
Third means
Shirt.
shirt. How can shirt be the modifier? Shirt is a noun. Modifier has to modify the noun. One collared shirt is what it is modified, but where is the modifier? Shirt is the subject. One collared shirt is the subject. And what is the modifier over here then? How is it modified? How is it being, what is the part which gives us more information about the shirt? Vatsal, tell me.
Miss, that's one colored or that what's written there?
Sorry?
What's written after the Ray wore his one colored
No, one collared shirt to the job interview.
collared.
This is interview. Interview, one collared shirt. Okay. So Ray wore his one collared shirt to the job interview, which was stained with mustard.
So modify would be which was stained with mustard.
Yes. Now over here you see, so which was stained with mustard. So the collar was stained with mustard. Mustard paste, the mustard is, you must have seen mustard seeds. You can make
Yes,
a
yes.
mustard paste also with that seed.
Green color.
Yes, green color, right. So the mustard paste actually yellow color, yellow and greenish. So when if you eat anything, any item which is cooked with mustard paste, then it gets, if it falls on any of your attire, then there are stains which the stain marks that are left behind. Okay, so here the same thing. So Ray wore his one collared shirt. Now, what was stained over here? Is it the interview that was stained with mustard, or is it the collared shirt that was stained with mustard?
His colored shirt.
Collared shirt that is stained with mustard, right? But over here, you see the placement of this is such a way that Ray wore his one collared shirt to the job interview, which was stained. So over here, it is giving us an impression that the job interview was stained with mustard, which is not the correct answer. It is the collared shirt which is stained with mustard. Therefore, reframe the sentence and tell me what would be the correct answer. Keshav, tell me. Reframe the
He
sentence
wore
and
his
tell me the
colored.
correct answer.
Miss Shah.
Tell.
Ray wore his colored shirt, which was stained with mustard, to the job interview.
Correct. Okay. This is, this is how you reframe. Okay. Let us go to the next one. One, two, 5 more. Okay. Now write down the next one. She handed out brownies to the children wrapped in foil. And then the next one, dough cooked and seasoned to perfection. The taste of ketchup ketchup covered octopus was revolting. Do these two. Tell me where is the error. First identify the subject and the modifier part and then reframe it.
Miss,
Yeah.
for sixth one, it is wrapped in foil modifier.
Yes. Wrapped in foil is a modifier. Correct. Good. Now you tell me what is it modifying? Which is the subject?
Brownie.
Subject, brownie.
Brownie is the subject. Correct. Good. So it is actually giving us more information. Modifier means gives more information, right? So wrapped in foil, giving more information about the brownies that was handed over by her, right? So she handed out brownies. Then what will you write? Wrapped in
Was
foil,
which was
right? So reframe it and write down like this. She handed out brownies wrapped in foil
Miss,
to the children. Yes.
could it be like she wrapped the brownies in the foil and handed out to children?
Ah, that is also correct, but don't change so much.
No,
Okay.
I'm just like change the word and.
Okay, but just change the placements.
Okay.
Okay. See, first you try out changing only the placements. After that, if you think that if it is not happening that way, you need to add something, then you add. Okay. So you go with only rearranging the sentence structure.
ma'am, it can be she wrapped the brownie in the foil and handed to the children.
Tell me once again.
She wrapped the brownies in the foil and handed out to
That
it.
is what Vatsal also said. That is also correct. You know, in your SAT exam, you will get 4 options. You have to choose from the option. Okay, so you need to see which one is the correct way of the the subject and the modifier agreement. So that way you have to do. But avoid using any word as such. If you can see that only by rearranging the sentence structure you can do it, then you go first. You try to do that. But if that is not possible, you have to add something. Then you add. Okay, so over here you see if we just rearrange it, we can have that answers. She handed out brownies wrapped in foil to the children. That should be the correct order of the placement of words and the phrases. Right? Now coming to the next one. Seventh one.
Okay, so next one. Okay, though cooked and risen to perfection is the
Modifier.
modifier.
Yes. So though cooked and seasoned to perfection. Correct. Now you tell me what is it modifying?
Octopus.
Octopus.
Yes. So now can you tell me how to reframe it? Over here, you see that taste is being modified, but actually it is not. This is not modifying the taste. It is actually modifying this.
Octopus.
The food, yes, the food. It's modifying the food, not the taste. But over here, the taste comes. So it is not the taste that it is modifying. It is the food that it is modifying. Right. So now you reframe it and tell me how do you write it.
Through cooked and seasoned to perfection.
Though cooked and seasoned to perfection, that is though, THOUGH, though cooked and seasoned to perfection.
Octopus was revolting.
Yes.
The taste of like ketchup curd.
Now here I think you need to add something.
Ma'am,
Check.
I can say
Yes.
octopus was revolting in the taste of ketchup.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Covered in the ketchup. Covered in the ketchup.
Yes, that is also correct. The taste was revolting. The taste was revolting, and this modifier belongs to the food, right? Get octopus. So how will you reframe it? So the answer will be, though cooked and seasoned to perfection, the ketchup-covered octopus had revolting taste. The ketchup-covered octopus. So the ketchup-covered octopus, this part will come. So though cooked and seasoned to perfection, the ketchup-covered octopus was revolting in taste. So was revolting, instead of writing taste here, we will write in taste. So here we have to restructure it completely. Right? The way, Vatsal and Keshav, both of you were telling me that we can add and over there, the way you were restructuring. So similar kind of restructuring we have to do for this, otherwise we cannot have the right answer. So though cooked and seasoned to perfection, the ketchup covered octopus, this is the food, right? This is the food that this modifier is modifying. Cooked and seasoned to perfection, it is the food which is cooked and seasoned to perfection, was revolting in taste. Right? We just changed the sentence structure towards the end. Was revolting in taste. Right? Correct? Now write down two more. Now let us write down two more. Okay. Now let us look here. The Girl Scouts went wild when they were the Girl Scouts went wild when they were told that they had raised $1 million by selling cookies at the troop meeting. Do this one. And then the next one, eagerly awaiting her birthday, Mary's presents were all picked up and admired by Mary many times throughout the course of the day. Do these two. The Girl Scouts went wild. This is wild. when they were told that they had raised $1 million by selling cookies at the troop meeting. So $1 million by selling cookies at the troop meeting. Now, can you tell me where is the error over here? What is the, first you tell me what is a modifier and what is it modifying? And then you tell me the structure.
Modifier selling cookies at a troop meeting.
Okay, selling cookies, where is it? Selling cookies at the troop meeting, no. I told you it can be a clause modifier. Clauses begin with like WH words, TH words, like which
The Girl
acts,
Scouts went wild.
no. Clause modifier here. The clause modifier here, the Girl Scouts went wild.
They had raised $1 million. Clause.
Yes. Now tell me how can we show the Girl Scouts went wild when they were told that they had raised $1 million
By selling cookies.
by selling cookies at the troop meeting?
Yes.
No, they did not actually, according to the sentence. We need to also understand your, when you will solve the papers, the questions you will be able to understand. They give a long, you must have seen they give a long paragraph actually. Now over here, what they are trying to say is that they had actually, the Girl Scouts went wild when they were told that they had raised $1 million. Now the Girl Scouts went wild when they were told that they had raised $1 million at the troop meeting by selling cookies, or that at the troop meeting, any other place you think at the troop meeting can come. Now you tell me, when were they, when were they told? Now, if I select this part, it can be the prepositional, modifiers. Prepositional phrases can also be the modifiers, right? Now you tell me, at the troop meeting. Now, when were the Girl Scouts? When did they go wild? That is very important. Did they sell? When they raised the $1 million by selling cookies at the troop meeting. So, did they sell cookies at the troop meeting? Over here, this is actually not the clause one, this is the prepositional phrase is the modifier. Now you tell me, did they actually sell cookies at the troop meeting or they went wild when they were told at the troop meeting?
Ma'am, your video is lagging.
Sorry?
Ma'am, your video is lagging.
My video is lagging?
No, camera.
Achha, camera. The camera is always like this because the window AC is placed here and therefore
It is lacking, lag.
it is lagging. Okay, then maybe you are facing some internet issue. Okay, now then, Batsal, tell me. So were they informed did they go wild at the troop meeting? Or they were selling $1 million at the troop meeting?
The first option.
First option.
Yes. So the Girl Scouts went wild when they were told at the troop meeting. So at the troop meeting will come here. Here. When they were told, where were they told? At the troop meeting. They were actually informed at the meeting. Correct? Got it? So they were told at the meeting. So the Girl Scouts went wild when they were told at the troop meeting that they had raised $1 million with sentiments. So the sentence will end here. Understood? Okay, right? Now quickly do this one. Eagerly awaiting her birthday, Mary's presents, again you see, possessive case, Mary's presents were all picked up. So eagerly awaiting her birthday, Mary's presents were all picked up and admired by Mary many times throughout the course of the day. Now you tell me, how do I reframe it?
Equally.
Who was eagerly waiting for the birthday? Whose birthday?
Mary,
Birthday and Mary's presents will come. What is this? This is the phrase, right? I mean, this is the modifier. Now, what is it modifying? It should modify Mary or Mary's presence. Eagerly awaiting her birthday. Whose birthday? Who was eagerly waiting for the birthday? It is Mary or Mary's presence? What do I do over here? These possessive ones, I told you, most of the cases you have to drop the possessive case. Now, what do I write over here? Who was eagerly awaiting her birthday? Mary will come or Mary's presence will come here?
Mary.
Mary presents.
Mary will come here because it was Mary's birthday. Mary was awaiting her birthday, right? So this modifier is actually, it should actually modify Mary, not Mary's presence. So now you tell me, how can I reframe it by using only Mary over here and not Mary's presence? Now you tell me, how can I reframe it? Eagerly awaiting her birthday, Mary.
Eagerly awaiting.
Yeah, tell me. It's easy. Tell me. Now, Mary, what did Mary do? Eagerly awaiting her birthday, Mary. How can I reframe this part? Picked up and admired. So picked up and admired by Mary is required over here. Mary, I'm already writing over here. Do you think by
Yes.
Mary is required? Not required, right? This part is by Mary is not required. I move
Not
this part.
required, yeah.
Yes. So what do I do now? Eagerly awaiting her birthday, Mary. Can I say picked up and admired?
I mean, it is picked. It is like on my screen, it is showing picked up and admired all her
Her presence
presents.
many times throughout the course of the day. Right?
Yeah.
Correct? So over here we can write eagerly awaiting her birthday, Mary picked up and admired all her presents many times throughout the course of the day. You see, just changing the placement because it was Mary who was eagerly awaiting her birthday, and therefore Mary's presence will not come after this part. After this part, only Mary will come and then reframe the structure. Okay, fine, got it? Now start solving quickly. Start solving the exercise at the back. Identifying the modifier and which subject is it modifying is more important. So page number 36, 37, 38. Quickly solve it. Just put a tick mark on the MCQs and then we will discuss. Now first I'll tell you the number that you are going to do. First do the fill in the blanks. Okay. Question number 1. Question number 3. Question number 6. And question number 8. So first you will do the fill in the blanks. Then you will go to the complicated ones. First the fill in the blanks. First do the fill in the blanks. We will check the answers and then we will go to the complicated ones. Finished?
It's 2 minutes.
Okay. Only the blanks, okay? And the numbers that I told you. Sentence number 1, then 3, 6, and 8. These 4. Finished?
Yes, miss, done.
Keshav, finished? Keshav, I'm not able to see
ma'am.
you. The hearing leader. Did you finish?
No, ma'am.
Okay, do it. Only the fill in the blanks, huh? Later on you will do the rest.
Miss,
Over.
can I go to the washroom?
Yeah, please go.
I'll come in 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, done. Okay. Tell me the answer to question number 1. And tell me why would you choose that answer?
Ma'am, option A.
Now, why is it option A?
Ma'am, because it is telling about a military general who was ally of a king.
Yes, right. So, but sir, which answer did you take?
Option A, Frost.
Option A. Yes. So this was easy. Option A, because it tells the story. Who tells the story and who was the military leader. Everything is aligned. The agreement is there, right? One after the other. So Rabina Lakib tells the story of whom that is mentioned here, who was a military leader. Therefore, all the as it follows. So the order is absolutely correctly set. Now we are doing number 3. Okay, Vatsal, tell me which answer have you selected for number 3?
Option B.
Option B, very good. Keshav, what is your answer? Keshav,
B option, ma'am.
C,
B.
B. Can explain. Why is it B? Vatsal, explain me.
Ma'am, because it is telling about the winter conditions which the swimmers highly regard.
Okay, so winter swells, right? So, over here we saw that generated by seasonal storms, part of the coast. And because of the seasonal storms, what comes? The winter swells that reach the shore, right? But option A says suffers highly priced the large. That is absolutely wrong. Number C, option C says the shore causes large winter swells. No, the shore does not cause the large winter swells. And winter is highly priced by suffers, and that is also absolutely wrong. Okay. Now let us come to question number 6. Now, Keshav, question number 6.
C option.
Why is it C option?
Ma'am, because it is telling about the means we have to find a sentence which tells us about the arrogant.
Yes, so it is that Glandian, he embraced rock influences, right? So finding contemporary classical music arrogant, he embraces rock influences, but he, and what is the difference between option A and C?
Ma'am,
Why
because
did you choose option A?
the rock influence and the older styles.
It's the same thing. Both option A and C are almost same. What is the difference?
Because in option C, it is like only a judgment on a person, not on both music.
Okay. What is the only difference? Yes. Now, actually, option A says Gladian's music embraces, but over here in option C says Gladian embraces. The music does not embrace it. gradient co-embraced. Right? Therefore, it is option C. Otherwise, option A was also closed. Okay. So Gladian embraced this in his music. That is the correct answer. But Gladian's music did not embrace it. Gladian embraced it. Right. Now, Vatsal's turn now. Question number 8.
It's option C.
Okay, very good. So made and shaped from wood, the first rackets were. Correct. So what is made and shaped of wood? It is a racket. I mean, those are the rackets which were made out of wood and shaped. Okay. Now let us do the rest 4. Now the rest 4, try to do it and tell me, have you understood? First try the second one and tell me, have you understood what you have to do here? Read question number 2, try to solve it and tell me.
Oh,
Have you understood?
no, ma'am.
Keshav? What are we supposed to do here? I'll just brief you. There are other 4 questions. Now you would see one part is given as an answer and that same part is replaced with 3 other options. Okay, I'll repeat. Question number 2. Having returned from the ocean to the stream where it was born, an adult salmon's life cycle ends when it spawns and dies. Now you see an adult salmon life cycle ends when it spawns and dies. Only that part, there is some error in that part. Okay. Now you see that part is given in option A as an option, which means no change. If you think that that part is correctly written, then there is no change. The same part remains as it is given in option A. Okay. If you think that part is wrong, it has to be replaced by something else. The other 3 options are given as B, C, and D. Is it clear? You read it once again. Having returned from the ocean to the stream where it was born. Okay. Now comes the parts. An adult salmon's life cycle ends when it spawns and dies. This part, do you think there is any error or no change? If no change, then you will select option A. If you think that there would be some changes, you check between among options B, C, and D. This part. An adult salmon's life cycle ends when it spawns and dies. Have you understood? What you have to do, have you understood? Now you read it again and tell me what is it modifying? What is the modifier? And then we will reframe and try to do it. If you think there is no change, then we will keep option A as the correct answer. Vatsal, have you understood? You just basically you have to identify whether there is an error or not. If there is an error, what would be the replacements? Okay? No change or there are any changes. Vatsal understood the question?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Now the
Yes.
rest, the other 4 questions are similar kind of questions. Our part, you have to find out whether there is an error or not. If there is an error, then C, D, B, C, D, or if there is no error, then option A. Usually it is option A, but you need to check again. So, having returned from the ocean to the stream where it was born, an adult salmon's life cycle ends when it spawns and dies, or an adult salmon spawns and dies, completing its life cycle, or the spawning and death of an adult salmon complete its life cycle, or the life cycle of an adult salmon is complete when it spawns and dies. Now tell me, having returned from the ocean to the stream where it was born, is it talking about this life cycle? Is it talking about adult salmon's life cycle or adult salmon itself? Having returned from the ocean to the stream where it was born, which was coming to the ocean where it was born, returned from the ocean. Who
This
might be
was
talking about here?
about Adam's son.
We are talking about adult salmon, right? We are not talking about adult salmon's life cycle. Are we talking about the spawning and death of an adult salmon? No. Are we talking about the life cycle of an adult salmon is complete? Now you tell me what is the correct answer. Is it talking about adult salmon's life cycle? Or is it talking about the adult salmon itself? Then it will become very easy for you to choose the correct option.
It is talking about Adam's son.
Yes, now you tell me which option has adult salmon.
Option B.
Option B is the correct answer. Understood? Okay, it's very easy. You just have to find out what is the modifier and what is it modifying. Okay, now coming to question number 4. Keshav, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now question number 4. You see in question number 4, that part is underlined. You see the part is underlined over here, the part which you need to find whether there is an error or not. Okay, question number 4. Actually, in question number 2 also it should have been underlined, but somehow it got missed out. So we will take up question number 4. Our understanding of the atom has changed a great deal over time. Done, Keshav?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, done. Question number 4 is done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Tell me. Read the whole thing and tell me, explain it to me.
Ma'am, our understanding of the atom has changed a great deal over time, and the older models can differ significantly from current view. The Bohr model states that the electron travel in fast path in the
Fixed
fixed path
path.
around the nucleus, unlike the modern modern model of the atoms. Unlike the modern,
Option C.
yeah,
Why?
because unlike the modern model of the atoms is the phrase.
And what is it modifying? I mean, current views, right?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
see, just before that, what is given? Current views. It is differing from the current view. What is the current view? And I mean, current
Modern.
view. Unlike the modern model of the atom. Right? So there is a continuation if I write unlike the modern model of atom. Okay? Right. Right. So differ significantly from the current view. How is it differing? Unlike the modern model of atom. Right? Okay. Now let us come to question number 5. So we are left with question
This
number 5.
fifth is option B.
Oh, you have done already. Very good. Option B. Tell me how is it so? Just read it out.
Answer.
No. Question. Read out the question and tell me how is it option B.
Newer models of atom are less simple but more accurate. The modern model of the atom, quantum theory, supports the quantum model, which models the electron behavior in terms of orbital at mass, probability, and location. So here the quantum theory supports the quantum model is actually the modifier. So
Yes,
modifier placement.
absolutely. So option B. So the quantum theory supports the modern model of atom, the quantum model. So quantum theory, then comes the modern model of atom under quantum theory, which is the quantum model. So there is a proper sequence. Very good. Now let us take up the last one. That is question number 7. This is also very easy. The mythical painting was said to draw magical power from both its age and its master's skills, dead for over 900 years. So age and its master's skills, dead for over 900 years.
C option.
Which one?
C.
Why
C.
C? Ah, correct. Very good. Why C?
The mythical painting was said to be drawn magical powers from both its age and its master skills, dead over
Yes.
900
Magical
years.
power. Right.
And
Magical
it is
power.
talking about the age and the master skills.
Yes, correct. So age and the skills of his masters who had been dead for over 900 years. So magical power from both. From both what are the two things? One is age and the second one is the skills of its masters, right? And now skills of its master who is dead. Now, what is the difference between A and C? Can you tell me? We understand B and C are completely wrong. But what is the difference between A and C?
Ma'am, A is unchanged.
No. A is unchanged. I know you could have opted for unchanged one also if you think that there is no
In the
error.
A option, it is not describing about the which era.
Master. It is not describing the master. You see, age and its master skills dead over master skills is not dead. It is master skills dead over 900 years is wrong. It is the master, the skill, age and the skills of its master who had been dead for 900 years, right? You see in option A, the master skills are being denoted to be dead for over 900 years. That's not dead. It is the master who is dead. So that is being told in option C. Right? Okay, so this lesson is easy. Yes or no? This lesson is easy. They say yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
But sir, this is clear? This chapter is clear?
Yes.
I hope you did not check the answers when you were marking the correct answers.
Nope.
No, right? So don't do that. Don't check the answers. When we will discuss, then we will check the answers. Right? So that is how we do it in the class. Right? Okay. Chalo, bye-bye. So we'll meet you in the next session with the next lesson. But before that, we will do some practice exercise of the previous exercises. Okay? Clear?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.